All right, next game, Seahawks at the 49ers. This line open up Seahawks -4. It's up to 5.5. It's even 6 at Pinnacle, so it might be headed there. Who do you like in this game?
I'm kind of leaning on the 49ers here because I don't know how much the Seahawks are going to care about this game. They have a very, very outside chance at the 1 seed. I think that they would have to have the Packers lose and some combination of them winning and the Saints losing. I'm not exactly sure all the scenarios, but I know it's going to, it's possible, but it's difficult and unlikely. So if they're playing to get the 2 or 3 seed, I don't think that's going to matter a ton to them. Because they're going to have to go on the road at some point. And meanwhile, I know the 49ers are banged up on offense and defense, and you were all over them last week, and I wanted to change my pick when I heard CJ Beathard was starting, but I couldn't make myself do it. So this might be me trying to atone for that, but Beathard, I think, is a better player than Nick Mullins at this point. He can actually throw the ball accurately. I think he's developing nicely into a good backup. So I'm wondering why he didn't start sooner. But beyond that, I think that if the Seahawks aren't putting forth their best foot or their best effort, because they're locked into the 3 seed or something of that ilk, and they sit their starters late, the 49ers could make a comeback and earn a backdoor cover here. So I'm going to be on the Niners here, probably for no units because of the amount of injuries they're dealing with. But if they operate the same game plan they did against the Cardinals, run it with Jeff Wilson, let CJ Beathard make some efficient play action throws, I could easily see them covering here. I'm just not confident in it because, again, this is a game where a team could choose to sit their starters but might not.
Yeah, so I could be wrong here, but I think Pete Carroll likes to win these meaningless Week 17 games. I'm going to have to make sure and look back. But Pete Carroll is someone who takes preseason games seriously, and he tends to play his starters, deep into game 3 at least. And then I remember he even played his starters one year in week 4 of the preseason. So I have more confidence that he'll want to win this game. And the formula for the Seahawks to get the number 1 seed is that they need a win, they need the Packers to lose, and they need the Saints to lose, which is definitely a possibility because neither the Saints nor the Packers are favored by more than a touchdown. So they could definitely lose. And I think the Seahawks might try to get the number 1 seed. And I think that the 49ers might be the team that's not motivated because they won last week. It was a big win for them, kind of their Super Bowl. And they're already saying that they're not going to play a bunch of their players. Like Jimmy Garoppolo had a chance to come back, and he's not going to play. They said Trent Williams is not going to play in this game. They said that Brandon Ayuk is not going to play in this game. So it's like, how many more players are the 49ers not going to have? Like who's even going to play for them at this point? They're going to be missing multiple offensive linemen. They're not going to have their top 2 receivers. I could even see them sitting George Kittle or limiting him again because, like, why even play him at this point? So if the 49ers are down even more players, then I definitely have a lot of interest in Seattle. But like I said, I want to go back and see what Pete Carroll has done in these Week 17 games.
So as you mentioned that point, I had a flood of memory coming back to me that the Seahawks don't rest their starters typically. So that kind of changes my outlook on this game. I'm still kind of torn on it because you never know. Maybe Pete Carroll's like, if Russell Wilson's like, I need to rest, like I'm dealing with some sort of minor, tiny injury or something, then he might rest. But if this number stays under 6, I might like the Seahawks more now. I'm very torn on this one because I think you're right. Pete Carroll does not like to sit his starters at any point.
Yeah. So Chris is asking, like, do you have any data on rare situations like this where a favorite with something to play for goes against an eliminated team that sits the starters? That's happened so rarely, though. Like an eliminated team will usually play a lot of his starters, but it seems like the 49ers are sitting a lot of their guys. And that caught me off guard. And like, it kind of like, I'm thinking now I can't even think of a lot of instances where that's happened. So maybe I'll look back and see what happens, but I don't know if there are going to be a lot of instances. Like, it's not going to be a big sample size, even if I find something. Mark's asking, do I do NBA picks? I do. I haven't really had time to do that, but as soon as the regular season's over, I'm going to have NBA picks every day on the site. All right.